independent journalism looks like.
Smash that like for the MG Show. Subscribe now. Ring that bell. Let's go. Smash that like for the MG Show. Yeah. Let's go.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MGShow. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
Wow, guys. Welcome to the MG Show. Yeti just told me that he can't see, but I am actually going here real quick. Shady, come on in here real quick and
yo.
Say hello.
Welcome to Thursday, everybody. It is a great day to be alive. Thank you all so much for being here. We're getting ready to have an amazing show for you today. And if you didn't see the show yesterday, we recommend it highly because lots of big booms in there and a lot of really interesting things happening right now regarding law enforcement and America coming back.
So you guys know Ben Williamson. He's the Assistant Director for Public Affairs at the FBI.
Yes, sir.
Look at this, guys. Ben Williamson, the Assistant Director for Public Affairs at the FBI. To Kash. Look at this. Look at this, guys.
Oh.
The FBI, Ben Williamson.
What?
Is posting the MG Show.
What?
Look at this, guys. Look at this, guys.
Jeff.
What?
I just now saw that.
What?
What is going on?
What? Let me see. I did send him a message. He hasn't responded back yet, but I let him know that we did it as well. But Shady.
Wow. Welcome,
guys, if you think that's a big win, press 48. Let's see it.
Boy, oh boy, talk about a big win. And you want to talk about all of the people out there that have attacked this show for how many years now, trying to tell you that we've done this and we've done that. But, whenever we got press passes to Donald Trump's events, that wasn't enough. Vetted by a Secret Service, that wasn't enough. Having Kash Patel on the air, that wasn't enough. All of the different things, that wasn't enough. And guess what? This won't be enough either, because they have an agenda towards us. They're not mad at a damn thing that we've done. What they're mad at is that we've done what we've done. As a matter of fact, they're mad that we do what we do, Jeff. That's why they're upset.
So I'm going in here. Thank you for the repost, Ben. Wow. For the repost, Ben. Wow, guys. Shady. And then let's see what this says. So this is John Nance. He said, had an absolute blast yesterday on the MG Show with hosts In the Matrix and Shady Groove. I and Chris Henkel. Uh-oh. He might get an email from somebody. I and Chris Hankel discussed the latest and that's a joke. Developments in the defamation suit brought by Alexis Wilkins. Defendant's motion to dismiss was laughed out of court. Discussed the smart reasons for some of the pre-FBI Director Kash's positive relative to current FBI Director Kash. The FBI's social media presence that daily makes doomers look like fools, and a lot more. Watch it all here. Goes to our show, Shady Grove. Look at that. We've got 53,000 views when I took this screenshot this morning on the actual interview, and only 12.4 so far. But hopefully that
only
number
been a day.
will grow. It's only been a day, guys.
Been a day. Wow.
It's only been 24 hours.
I tell you what, it couldn't be more of an honor for us to be able to highlight and to showcase. This is what we're doing. This is what the MG show is doing. We are highlighting and showcasing the most historic administration, presidential administration ever in American history. That's what's going on. It doesn't matter what the media says. It doesn't matter what the doomers say. It doesn't matter what all of the pundits say. It doesn't matter what the talking heads say. None of that matters. What matters is what it is that Donald Trump does and what it is that we do to defend him doing it. And it couldn't be more of an honor to have hosted yesterday show with Mr. Nance and Mr. Hinkle, because this represents our country, guys. Okay, if you want to talk about law and order, and you want to talk about by the book, and you want to talk about doing things right, the bedrock, the absolute rock bottom foundation of that is our law enforcement capabilities to investigate and to be accurate. The biggest thing that we want in America is we want our law enforcement to be accurate, because we don't want any human American to be harmed by law enforcement if it's at all possible, and we want there to be roadblocks and guardrails for that exact process. And that's what I'm seeing, Jeff. And I feel like that's what we fought for. We've been fighting for 8 years. We wanted law and order. Now we're being at least left alone on social media so that we can talk. And law and order is starting to take hold in the country. And the fruits of that labor will come down the road, but they are coming.
Wow. We just got reposted by the... I'm just
Shake
blown
it
away
off.
Right now.
What was the other guy doing this? Was it
Shake it off? Oh, where's my router? It's over there. Let me find a man. So this is I'm actually trying to send this to Rumble as well, guys, because they need
should
to
feature
know.
it.
They should feature it. You think?
What you think?
Yeah. Wow. So what is he? So Ben Williamson. So Ben Williamson is the Assistant Director for Public Affairs at the FBI. He reposted our show with our Rumble link. Maybe we can get a feature?
A couple of them.
Maybe.
There was like 2 shows, actually, Jeff. There was 2 links to 2 different shows that man just published.
That's right. That's right. Let me go get those links,
That
too.
must have been, that was a horrible interview.
Oh my! It must have been terrible, guys. Especially the part where he said, it was you guys that helped me see the light on Flynn.
Like within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. And nobody reposted that. Nobody we need your help, guys. Get it out there.
We're doing the Lord's work here.
And I can't do it all. I'm so tired, Shady Grove.
I know, because you were up till 3 in the morning.
That's Tracy and Josh's fault. It's on them, Shady.
I know. Yeah, I'm having to wind Jeff up before the show today.
Yeah. So, breaking news, Ben Williamson, the Assistant Director for Public Affairs at the FBI, reposted the MG show. This is Ben Williamson right here. Not just once. Look at, there's 2 links in here, Shady.
Twice.
Well, he posted both links, but he only posted the one link. But this is Hinkle. Look at that. So twice, Ben Williamson reposted MG show twice, guys. Not once,
but twice. It's not even 2 for Tuesday. So now we get to have a server error, and we'll go take a nap.
Can we do that now?
Yes.
I mean, I think we did our job.
And I think we did the heavy lifting for the week.
I think we did it. Trust 1961 is naked. You guys are awesome, but I need you guys to have clothes on. Please, guys.
It's not a pretty sight.
Wow, guys.
I couldn't be more excited.
Moly. I'm just, okay. So let's get down to business. I mean, I'm just still blown away. Ben Williamson, thank you so much, man. Means a lot.
We are glad to be of service.
We work our asses off, guys.
Yeah, we do. And
Sure.
we're very, very excited to be able to sit with John and Chris yesterday. Now, and like a lot of the times these interviews, sometimes you're like, oh, those guys were so forthcoming. So effectively they did the interview, and then the FBI kind of gave them the video to put out. And so, trusting us to come in and sit and discuss what it was that they saw, that's an honor. That's an honor for us to be able to be a steward of that trust, to say, oh, we're not going to we're not going to take what you say and twist it into something that you didn't say and then smear you with it, which is what all of these other people like Kyle Seraphin and InfoWars and Flynn, what they do. They hear something and then they take what you say out of context and then they make some sort of frantic outrage about it and post against you and get the horde all ginned up to come at you over something.
And Shady, let me just slow down a minute too, because we've been wanting to separate ourselves from those networks. I don't see the assistant director for public affairs at the FBI reposting Alex Jones or General Flynn or anybody else. But now we have been reposted by the FBI director for public affairs at the FBI. That is now separating the wheat from the chaff, Shady Groove. And that's where I want to be. I don't want to be in their little echo chamber of bullshit.
But the foreign intel ops are calling me a Team Pedo shill.
Well, I apologize for that.
Sorry, Alex.
It's not going to work. InfoWars is dead. That was great, Yeti. Good spot.
That was
so good.
Because, all Alex Jones talks about is frogs. I
don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
And we actually bring content that actually matters. We don't eat our neighbors. We don't look like we have a demon, inside of us crying and eating frog shit. See, he will.
It's really like the guy is trying. He's like a Trojan horse. He's like trying to infect the minds of like every single human being that listens to him. It doesn't really matter what he says. It's outrage and psychotic banter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So thank you guys. I want to just read one comment here real quick. This is from Kimmy. I hope everything's going well for you and your family as well. I know we've said prayers for you and your family. But MG Show, proud to be a supporter of this amazing show. You guys rock. Your hard work and all the prayers are working for people to finally sit up and take notice.
That's exactly what we were doing. Doing it for you. Every single word that we've spoken, every single time that we've gotten up and turned these microphones on has been for you. We want you to think that we speak for you. That was the idea. That was the idea of like, how do we talk to people? Do we talk to people from our first person, or do we talk to people from the group of people that are fighting for Donald Trump? And as we started to pick up that voice, we noticed, number one, that it wasn't as hard to do as we thought. And number two, we noticed that no one else was doing it. That's the big thing that we noticed. No one else is doing it. Go look at your X feed and look at the amount of times that Jeff and Shady post Donald Trump's actual post from True Social on our timeline.
Almost everyone, dude.
And that's what I'm saying.
On my timeline.
And so nobody else is doing that. Nobody else is reposting the message of Donald Trump. You have every opportunity to bring his message from True Social over to X because he's not posting on X very much, but no one is doing it. Instead, that we got the AA anon idiots out there that are like making their dumb little goth videos about themselves.
Yeah. We just got reposted by the FBI assistant director for public affairs by the FBI. Let me get your
I gotta wait 2 hours to go gloat about it.
Wow.
Dude, can I just go be on the internet?
Just gloat the whole
do you have
show?
something? Do you have a clip or something to play?
I do.
Okay.
I do have a clip because I do want to talk about the Trump Doctrine, guys. It's now from Monroe to Trump, guys. Here we go. This is amazing what's happening with Pete Hegseth. This is, he delivered remarks at the America's Counter-Cartel Coalition Conference. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is so big, guys, that it's incredible to understand that we are getting countries just like the Middle East, but now here we are in the Americas where he calls, the cartels just as bad as ISIS, guys. Okay. We do bad things to bad people. I love that, Shady Groove. That's one of my favorite. He frames these cartels and the narco traffickers as the ISIS and al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere that must be treated as designated terrorist organizations. I agree.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are thinking that, it's Pizzagate, and let me just, you can believe Pizzagate all you want, but Pizzagate isn't the human trafficking network. You know what the human trafficking network is? This!
Yep.
This is the human trafficking network, and there's no arrest, and there's nothing happening, guys. There is a lot happening. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you see it.
You know, whenever we say these things and we talk about the network and we talk about the bloodline, it's not any different. Those things are exactly the same thing. The network that's functioning against you and the bloodlines are the same thing. They are the globalists working for a common ends. The common ends is the destruction of you, the American people, and this country by drugs, by scarcity, by inundation, by murder, by nastiness in your city, by vaccines, whatever the hell it is. They're inundating you, trying to eliminate the country. The cartel. Remember, what have we learned here? The cartel is connected to what? What is the cartel connected to? Oh, the mafia. The cartel is the strong man of the mafia. Okay. All of these people up here like General Flynn and Alex Jones, they're the mouthpieces of the mafia. All of the globalists who are saying DEI and there are no such thing as borders. Well, every other country has a border except America. Why is America not allowed to have a border? The cartel is the intelligence agency. Let me say that again. The cartel is the intelligence agency. And what you're going to see here today is Pete Hegseth and the Pentagon declaring war on the intelligence agencies.
With 19 countries on board,
Yes.
Shady Group.
19 countries on board, and I'm going to give you a little preview. He says something very, very critical whenever you're listening to him. He says, you think about drug boats going, blowing up on the high seas? Now put that on land. Yeah. That's what Hegseth said yesterday. That's what we signed up for. Every single human being in America would support that if the media would report to them that it happened. But they won't. All they want to do is talk about General Flynn. Oh, yeah, God, your next president. All this nonsense. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Cue the sea lion. Right. Joe Culpa. Hard work equals winning. Let's keep it up, MG fam. Thank you so much. That's a $50 Rumble rant. And I want to thank Cram and some others. I just missed them, but we had some naked people in our chat, which means you guys needed a red castle. Thank you guys for helping our family get clothed, Shady Groove.
And by the way, thank you to all of you people, to everybody that is supporting the show through the Red Castles, giving people Red Castles, and also subscribing to our Rumble Premium. Our Rumble Premium subscribership has gone up dramatically in the last few months because I think that people are finally starting to see that the stuff that we're talking about here is very, very important. And if you keep us on the air, we won't stop.
Oh my God.
We're like a bullhorn.
Ebony Ginger, $500 Rumble rant.
What?
Been following you two since Shady had braces.
Wow. That was
Who's my favorite? Oh my God. Thank you so much. My goodness. And yes, that was quite, Shady had the braces and he got his teeth health back. And then it was time for me to get my teeth health back. And look at us now, Shady Groove. We're getting reposted by the FBI Director of Public Affairs.
Man, I mean, I tell you, broadcasting with that going on was absolutely mind-numbing.
Wow.
That was very tough.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Ebony Ginger. God bless you.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Have we ever had a $500 Rumble rant in here?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Spilt.
Oh, that's right.
It was Spilty, who now thinks that Bannon and Epstein are Q. So it is what it is, guys.
That did go a little sideways.
Yeah, well, you asked for it.
I did ask for it.
So has Q mentioned anything regarding new financial system? Yes. I mean, it's going to be restructured, or structure is going to change.
So the new
financial... You're already seeing it if you're paying attention.
But I think that probably the question has to do with this stuff about quantum financial system and all of this silliness. And I just want to tell you that that's silliness. What is really getting ready to happen is the dollar is going to be revalued on the world stage as an actual commodity, not as a sidestep to the oil market. The dollar has been compromised by oil since the 1970s and the removal of the gold standard. So what we're effectively doing, the new financial system is going to be a dollar backed by precious metal, not a dollar backed by oil. So once that transition occurs, you're going to have your quote unquote new financial system where your dollar is going to have a lot more buying power in the real economy.
Amen to that. Good explanation. So let's do this. Pete Hegseth addresses U.S. partners at America's Counter-Cartel Coalition Conference. Let's check it out.
I'm going to have some stuff to say about this.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. I got comments.
By the way,
hey, Jeff.
Was reposted by the...
Let's get
Say it. Go ahead, because we
were just reposted by the Ben Williamson from the FBI.
Ben Williamson, the FBI director. Oh, my, of Public Affairs. Crazy. All right, here we go.
Wow.
Well, General, thank you very much for that update. And, today is the end of a conference forum here that was meant to be and has been operational and productive, focused on what we can do together. So I want to thank the President of Panama. I want to thank Minister Abrego. I want to thank all of our Panamanian partners for being such great hosts here, and for Panamax, which is ongoing for the first time in 14 years, live here in Panama. Thousands of troops right now from many of the nations represented here. And I want to thank every single country, sovereign, strong country, willing to step up and address this threat as a part of the America's Counter-Cartel Coalition. But before we begin, just a moment, as the Senator did, to offer my sympathy to the people of Colombia for Monday's devastating earthquake that I understand was even felt here in Panama. And the Department of War, with the State Department, is mobilizing critical life-saving aid to support the Colombian government's robust response to this tragic event, just as we did in Venezuela a few weeks ago. I also want to thank my team as well. Chief, Senator Moreno, thank you for representing not only the United States of America, but this hemisphere so effectively, and being such a powerful voice in the Senate for this effort as well. I'm grateful to be here with ministers and chiefs of defense, united in purpose and resolve as partners in the America's Counter-Cartel Coalition, or ACCC. Just a few months ago, we laid out a shared vision for a safe, secure Western Hemisphere where borders and laws are respected and narco-terrorists are brought to swift and absolute justice. And yesterday and today and going forward, we are gathered to take the next step in our shared fight against narco-terrorists, gang members, and drug and human traffickers. Designated terrorist organizations, the ISIS and al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere, no different, and they should be treated as such. It's now nearly 1 year since the launch of Operation Southern Spear, the first time in history that the Department of War launched a sustained military campaign against U.S. designated terrorist organizations in our shared hemisphere. And it has been a resounding success thus far. We've seen record drops in movements of narco vessels across major maritime corridors inside our hemisphere, including, at a minimum, 65% reduction in the Western Caribbean, a 60% reduction in the Eastern Caribbean, and a nearly 50% reduction in the Eastern Pacific in the north and south of the Galapagos Islands. We have knocked the narco-terrorists in the maritime domain on their heels. We forced them to adjust their tactics, techniques, and procedures, their TTPs, and operate outside of their comfort zones. We are retaking the open seas and our maritime borders. This is a bad time to get in a drug boat in the Western Hemisphere. The results are historic. In the United States, fatal drug overdoses have dropped dramatically. Flows of fentanyl are way down. Crossings at our southwest border have dropped to 0. The murder rate in American cities is at modern all-time lows, historic drops in crime. Life-changing progress that benefits each and every citizen of the United States of America, and indeed, every citizen of your nations as well. Now, predictably, as we like to call them, the fake news media has tried to discredit and delegitimize Operation Southern Spear. These same voices said nothing when governments allowed an unprecedented border crisis and record drug overdoses and deaths. Yet now they deny and try to diminish our success, our shared success. The left-wing media wants us to return to the failed strategies of the past, when America neglected our own neighborhood and our own neighborhoods, even as we sent our best, in our case, American troops, to do nation building halfway across the world. Globalists in Washington looked the other way, while our friends and neighbors to our south were victimized by drugs, violence, mass migration, Marxism, and foreign exploitation. The Biden administration and the Democrats ignored the U.S. southern border, openly accepting mass illegal immigration and destroying many of our great American cities. An invasion, no doubt. Under decades of globalist neglect, more than 1 million Americans died from fentanyl, cocaine, and other drugs. That's more loss than the United States had suffered in any war in our 250-year history. This blatant neglect for our national security also destroyed your borders and your sovereignty and your immigration systems as well. That is why we're here today together. Now, to be fair, I understand you may be feeling, and your countries may be feeling, and your militaries may be feeling some whiplash. Because just 18 months ago, the previous U.S. administration under Joe Biden, especially the previous administration here at Southern Command, stood in front of you promoting priorities like gender issues, women, peace, and security, or climate change, or diversity, dudes in dresses. I've said this before, but the Department of War is done with that nonsense. Full stop. And I assume you and your countries are as well. Real threats, real capabilities, no more leftist make-believe or dress-up time. The hard-working, law-abiding people of our nations suffered together far too long. But now we are working together, we are building together, and we are training together. We are killing terrorists. And we're defeating the failed and toxic ideologies of radical socialism and communism. Now, speaking of socialism, make no doubt about it. The international left, along with their enabling left-wing media, is plotting to unlawfully assert international criminal court jurisdiction over U.S. and partner military personnel and operations. To be clear,
Stop that
there
real
is
quick.
no legitimate basis for the IC.
So I want to jump in there and give you guys a little 246 about some of the stuff that you just heard him talk about. You're looking now. What you're looking at is you see the word coalition in the background. You're looking at a coalition outside. Remember what we've been talking about in the Middle East. We've talked about it a number of times about Donald Trump and the Abraham Accords and how what happened leading up. I want you to get that because you understand what's going on. You got to understand what's going on. The Abraham Accords, getting a coalition together in the Middle East outside of the neocon agenda. Think back to Vladimir Putin conversation with Tucker Carlson, where he said that America will never negotiate in good faith. That wasn't just about Russia. We as an entity were letting the leaders in the White House or any administration do the negotiating for the country. Well, they were all working together and they were all working against you in unison for decades and decades and decades. So what they're doing now is they are taking all of that diplomacy that you've seen your whole life, every single ounce of diplomacy that you've seen any administration do your whole life, and throw it out the freaking window because it's garbage, because it's based around the idea of you do what we say, and if you don't, then there's going to be pressure put against you. There's going to be consequences if you don't do what we say. That's what a cartel-minded entity does. Your intelligence agency is a cartel-minded entity, and that's what your intelligence agency have been doing from on high to these weak countries for decades, and they've been very standoffish, and they're scared because they don't know exactly what to do, just like they were in the Middle East. Pete Hegseth is saying we're doing the same thing. We're generating a coalition. We're going around them. We're going around the intelligence agency, and we're going to start targeting your problem as it manifests in society. In other words, the CIA works on the modus of problem, reaction, solution. Get rid of all that. Doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to look at what it is that you're doing on the ground, and we're going to forcefully go at you back up chain toward whatever it is that you've paid whoever it is to be out there and do whatever it is you're paying them to do, because they are doing things that are unlawful in this country that we're representing and that we're developing a coalition with. And once we get trust, that's the first step. Second step is to get trust with the country so that they trust us and they will do what they say they will do. And once that relationship is bonded, the old relationship dies. A new relationship is born. The new relationship is what we move forward with. Then we can introduce their economy to some of these new investments. We're not going to be able to take every single company into America because other countries have different things that are priority with them. And so we can help them. Venezuela with the oil, Colombia with a number of different things. This is the way we're supposed to function, guys. And what Pete Hegseth is saying right here is he is declaring war on the intelligence agency's strong arm terrorist agents in the field that they've been using to tell you that they've got to fight terrorism with.
We were reposted by... Oh, my God, Shady. But that is great words there, Shady. Thank you for breaking that down. But we were just reposted by... Oh, my gosh. I'm still blown away. Back to Pete Hegseth. This is huge, Shady. Just as you outlined, man, this is so huge. I don't think people understand that there's, those people that are saying that there's
nothing happening.
Well, they're wrong. And it's, this is how you get rid of the actual human trafficking, drug trafficking, women, children, trafficking network, Shady Group. This is it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Where was Tim Ballard? Where was Tim Ballard's whole thing? What country was that? Wasn't that Colombia?
I think it was, yeah.
It was Colombia. Oh, so interesting. So so is this the reason that General Flynn is aggravated? Is General Flynn really aggravated because General Flynn is part of an intelligence network that has been controlling the worldwide trafficking trade for decades, and now they're losing control, and all of a sudden Donald Trump is inept and doesn't know what he's doing and is getting the wrong advice, and we should be surveilling Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff and somehow downloading the information we get from them to some unknown entity.
And then Donald Trump posts that Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner were helping get a person back from Russia.
Mm-hmm. After Flynn chastised them and asked him, acting like he knows that they are in Russia. So he's leaking information to the public that he somehow knows and acting like, that's the way that they're trying to garner credibility with those eyebrows.
Are we live?
Are we live?
Shady.
Are we live?
All right, back to Pete Hegseth.
This is the greatest timeline.
Power grab that they will entertain anywhere they can in the world. Our efforts in this effort are 100% lawful under the laws of armed conflict. It's striking that this so-called court and other globalist bodies undermine our efforts, but do nothing to hold real terrorists and real tyrants accountable. And that's why the ICC poses a threat to your national sovereignty, your constitutional mandates, and the national interests of your people, just as it does ours. Our nations retain our sovereignty and our ability to deploy our own warriors in our own defense. We will never relinquish our absolute right to defend ourselves from threats to our safeties and our citizens, of my country and of your countries. We answer only to our own citizens and our own constitutions, not unelected international bureaucrats. That's why I strongly encourage every ACCC member to leave the ICC and reject their attempts to rob your governments and your courts of your sovereignty. I know as a soldier, I swore an oath to the Constitution, not some fake and illegitimate international court.
That's a big deal. Can we stop it there?
And in these efforts...
Okay, so now what are we doing? We're undermining the confidence in the ICC, this International Criminal Court, World Court. What was one of the goals of the globalists? What's one of the goals of the, quote, New World Order? One of their goals, along with a one world government and a one world religion, Well, the one world government will be the executive. So the executive will have a court, and the court will be under the power of the executive. So the design of the League of Nations that became the United Nations became the International Criminal Court. That's what Hegseth is talking about. He's not saying right there, oh, America's not going to participate in this and you guys do whatever you want. He's saying to them, stop participating in the International Criminal Court, because if you do, you're undermining your own sovereignty. He's telling a truth right there that would be considered, I would be called a conspiracy theorist to like ad nauseum by people 25 years ago when I was trying to tell them that this International Criminal Court was to destabilize the sovereignty of any nation that participated in it and take away their ability to actually process their own crime. Now Pete Hegseth is saying the same thing on the world stage, guys. It's not a conspiracy theory right now. This is what's happening, and we're decoupling from a system that Q said that we were going to decouple from, while all of these other people tell you that Donald Trump is doing something wrong.
We've already shown that deterrence works. Operation Southern Spear is a model that can be and should be followed across our hemisphere by each of you to degrade, dismantle, and destroy narco-terrorist networks. Under the leadership of General Donovan, the success of Operation Southern Spear will be transferred to the newly established Joint Task Force Western Hemisphere, the action arm of U.S. Southern Command, to continue the targeting and killing of narco-terrorists that threaten our shared backyard. I want to commend Ecuador for its regional leadership to become the first ACCC member to partner with the United States in combined kinetic operation against narco-terrorists in Ecuador. I also want to commend Honduras and Guatemala for inviting the United States to partake in combined operations against narco-terrorists in their countries. Your people are already safer and more free for your courage and your resolve, and we look forward to working with you in killing bad guys.
Yeah.
Additionally, I want to thank Jamaica for working with the Department of War to create a new military partnership to cripple narco-terrorists that transit through the Caribbean. This partnership will forever change the security environment of the Caribbean. And finally, I'm also proud to announce that Colombia will join the ACCC, becoming the 19th member. And through the newly inaugurated president, as our president likes to say, President El Tigre, Colombia has already requested that the Department of War join Colombia in its fight against narco-terrorism, authorizing joint military operations to destroy terrorists and terror networks. Thank you very much. Aggressive and concrete steps like these exemplify the types of active participation, operationally focused, we want to see from our partners that will make the ACCC a potent and lethal coalition. Yes, we have meetings. Yes, we will coordinate, but ultimately this is about the operations we can conduct together, jointly, to protect individual sovereignty and the entirety of the hemisphere. The Trump administration knows that a safer backyard means a safer home. You can't have prosperity without security. In fact, eventually, economic security taking hold is the long-term solution, but you need physical security to enable that economic security. With you, with all of you, the United States will forge a safe, stable, and prosperous Western Hemisphere. We seek neither domination nor dependency. We only seek, and I know you feel this from Southcom and from the General, genuine partnership with your governments to achieve security, stability, and prosperity. 2 centuries ago, the Monroe Doctrine was America's first stand against foreign meddling and exploitation in our hemisphere. The United States declared to European colonial powers that we will regard any threat against the free nations of this hemisphere as a threat to the United States itself. Well, now, under President Trump's strong, clear, and visionary leadership, we follow the Trump Corollary to the Monroe Doctrine. We will defend our hemisphere from external threats to national sovereignty, whether from narco-terrorism or foreign malign actors. And we will deny adversaries the ability to position forces or otherwise threaten capabilities in our hemisphere. And that's why the United States is particularly grateful for the strong leadership in Panama of President Jose Raul Molino right here. It's my second time to Panama, and the strides that we have made together over the last year, I think, are exemplary of the type of partnership we look for in this hemisphere. President Molino has courageously rejected foreign malign coercion and boldly resisted international pressure tactics. Panama has set a strong example for rejecting threats to their sovereignty, threats to the Panama Canal, and instead advancing U.S. partnership on both. And with Panama and other countries, the United States will continue to lead the way. Under President Trump, the United States War Department seeks a historic generational investment in our military spending through a new $1.5 trillion budget. We have work to do with our Congress, but make no mistake, we will work as hard as humanly possible with Republicans and across the aisle if we can to deliver what is truly a necessary historic investment to ensure America remains the dominant military power on planet Earth. Thankfully, U.S. allies in NATO likewise have vastly increased their commitment to the common defense, and we believe that ACCC members must follow this example as well. The Department of War is willing and able to support all of you to enhance your military capabilities. But of course, we expect substantial investment in your own abilities as well, and for those to be increased on defense resources. If countries are serious about their defense, the Department of War will prioritize our efforts to enhance your capabilities and fight beside you on the battlefield. And to reiterate, not really necessary for this group, but around the globe, President Trump does not tolerate free riding. And we're not here for games. When we say we will dismantle the cartels, we mean it. And I know the nations of this coalition feel the exact same way on behalf of their citizens, and will take concrete steps, sometimes risky steps, courageous steps, in partnership, such as reaching status of forces agreements or access basing and overflight agreements. Our citizens and our nations deserve and expect real, concrete actions. We believe there's no time to waste, and no better time than right now. And we will be with you. I pledge to you, from the White House to the Pentagon, shoulder to shoulder, every step of the way. Because together, we are the offspring of Western civilization. Our nations are and will always be united by heritage, history, and geography in this new world. We share the same interests and the same civilizational soul. And so we all face the same essential test: whether our nations will remain Western nations, remain prosperous nations, remain Christian nations under God, remain proud of our shared heritage with strong borders and prosperous people, ruled not by violence and chaos, but by law and order. Or, instead, whether we are permanently torn apart by something else: narco-terrorists, violence, radical Marxism, and globalist exploitation, social denigration, and so-called social justice. We've had great collaboration in recent months, and I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting our ability to find, fix, and finish narco-terrorist targets. Ultimately, that is what it is going to require: finding, fixing, and finishing narco-terrorists, either unilaterally, or bilaterally, by, with, and through, and together, finding, fixing, and finishing narco-terrorists. And we'll finish the job. Which is why I'm proud to announce the new motto of the ACCC. Maybe formal, maybe informal, I haven't decided yet. The new motto of the ACCC is: we do bad things to bad people. That's the mentality I want to have inside this room. Now, we're good people that do good things. But ultimately, we're dealing with bad people that have done a lot of bad things to a lot of good people for a very long time. And they're about to meet a new sheriff in town in the ACCC. And we mean business. Narco-terrorists, DTOs, drug traffickers are hereby on notice. Under President Trump, we will make the Americas great again. The safety and prosperity of one will strengthen the safety and prosperity of all. God bless you and God bless the great.
Wait a second.
Wow.
Was that where we go one, we go all?
Yep.
Let me just repeat.
Back it up.
Wow,
I heard it too. The audience heard it also. You didn't need to tell them. They heard it. Look at the American flags in the chat.
Now, we're good people that do good things. But ultimately, we're dealing with bad people that have done a lot of bad things to a lot of good people for a very long time. And they're about to meet a new sheriff in town in the ACCC. And we mean business. Narco-terrorists, DTOs, drug traffickers are hereby on notice. Under President Trump, we will make the Americas great again. The safety and prosperity of one will strengthen the safety and prosperity of all. God.
Boom!
Wow. This is amazing.
Let me let him finish, because I think he just says, God bless it. Let me see.
Bless you and God bless the great citizens of your countries. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Where we go one, we go all. Pete Hegseth, God bless you. God bless the 19 countries that are standing with America in the America's Counter-Cartel Coalition Conference, the ACCC. It's called the America's Counter-Cartels Coalition, guys. Where we go one, we go all. We are not effing around anymore, Shady Groove. I love this administration.
This is the greatest timeline by far. We can go all the way back to one of the very first episodes that I made about the Q Lounge, where I told you specifically that the CIA doesn't have any competition. There is no competitive drug network out there. Like, there's like the one drug network, then there's the CIA competing with that drug network to see who could get the most drugs into America. That's not what's going on. What's been going on since the moment that it started going on, where these bloodline families were using the intelligence networks to infiltrate this country with unprecedented amounts of drugs and nonsense for decades and decades and decades, directly through South American channels, all set up, all specifically working to the beat of the same drum forever and ever until something happened. Until we decided to target them from the administration and actually protect the American people. Your country is essentially in a civil war right now with the intelligence agencies. Nobody can see it. The reason that the media are acting the way that they're acting about Iran is because they're protecting Iran. The reason that Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Massey are acting the way they are because they're protecting their assets. Ron Paul protecting their assets. Everybody is protecting their assets. You know who doesn't care about their assets? There's one guy, Jeff. There's one guy that I found on planet Earth that's got the cojones to not care about his assets. You know what his name is?
Jeff Peterson.
Yes, that was exactly what I was thinking.
That wasn't it. That's Donald J. Trump.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, that is. And you guys have
and
been...
then me, and then you, and then all this whole lovely MG Show family.
That's exactly 100% right, because we are together here, and what we've been saying the whole time is we're going to drag them kicking and screaming. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Now we're getting ready to drag the intelligence agencies kicking and screaming. I can't wait to hear them tell me how we have to allow the drugs to travel through the continent of Central America, or through from South America, the continent of South America into Central America. Tell me again, point to me on a map why we have to allow that.
Exactly right.
How did they cross the Panama Canal?
17 Patriots for Truth. It's turning out to be a great day today. God bless Q Plus, and all Anons and Patriots. A $47 Rumble rant. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
This is an amazing day simply because we have now, quote unquote, what was it? We've turned a corner. Who said it? Wasn't it Bush that said we turned a corner?
It just hit me. Oh.
It just hit me. Mission accomplished. So this is the difference between what you're seeing now. If you've paid attention to politics for the last 20 years, you are seeing such a different dynamic, aren't you? Compared to what you saw in 2003 and the invasion of Iraq and all this nonsense. Why couldn't we do to Iraq in 2003 what we're currently doing to Iran? You see, that's a really good question, isn't it? It's because the goal was not the stated goal. The goal was to destabilize Iraq so that they could infiltrate Iraq with Iranian proxy war terrorists and then put American people over there so that we could get some American deaths, so that we could generate a bigger war budget, so that we could use it to traffic drugs from the Middle East or from South America into the country.
That's right.
That is changing. And that's what Q said that Donald Trump was going to change. And all these people came to fight Q, though they seem to be the ones with the loud voices on the internet still, Jeff.
Yeah, they still seem to be the same.
Probably coincidence.
Wow, guys. Wow. Then we got, maybe we'll table that until the second hour. But I just want to, this was a post from Kash Patel. Right here, follow the money, right? Money doesn't lie. The charity that supposedly fought the KKK actually funded the KKK. The charity that supposedly fought neo-Nazis actually funded neo-Nazis. This is in regards to the Heidi Beirich, whatever her name is, supposedly dedicated her career to fighting neo-Nazis. The indictment alleges that she helped fund them. This is the oversaw more than
and she was sleeping with them.
$2 million in SPLC payments and a neo-Nazi informant she was romantically involved with. Are you Mikey Mariano? Did you just jump ahead?
I did.
You did, didn't you?
It was like my jump ahead Tourette's kicked in. It was. I am so sorry. I talked about you getting wound up, and I got wound up.
I know. So, but we're wound up because we love to see this, guys. Look at this, guys. So this is the FBI and the DOJ indict Southern Poverty Law Center, guys, for fraud, money laundering, false statements, guys. Look at this.
Where's our comeuppance for being censored by these? Look at that. Did you see how adult I was there? I stopped dead in my tracks. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm a great podcaster.
You got to stop hanging around with Mikey Mariano. He jumps ahead too much too. You guys are both the jump aheaders.
We jump ahead and then we get potty mouths.
Yeah. Wow. I just want to go ahead and read this to you guys. I did make a post while we were doing that. Huge thank you to Ben Williamson, the FBI Director of Public Affairs, for not just one, but two reposts of the MG show. First, the original Kash Patel interview breakdown with John Nance and Chris Hinkle. Then the follow-up episode where they came back to unpack it further. It means a lot when the Bureau's own Public Affairs office is circulating the conversation. Appreciate the signal, Ben. Look at that. Ben Williamson.
Considering that nobody else is talking about the interview that John, so nobody, we've got over 50,000 views on the Kash Patel interview on Rumble because nobody else covered the interview. We're like the only source to cover. Why are all these other people, Jeff? They say they're fighting for Donald Trump. Whenever something good happens for Donald Trump or for the administration, they all start talking about themselves again. They really ignore it and they say, "Oh, you got to go pay attention to Joe Kent or Candace Owens as opposed to Donald Trump."
Yeah. I want to also thank Justice Cometh. Put a nice comment out as well. Shade, I thought I reposted it. Where are my reposts now?
I don't know, but mine's been disappearing too in the app.
I'm not in the app. I'm on the computer.
So that's opposite. On the computer, mine are there.
No,
and the
it's the same. It's the same. It's now on the computer now. So reposts are over here now, guys. Oh yeah. So the Justice comments said the administration loves the MG show. Y'all been lied to about these two. I suggest you revisit our messaging.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Great unity is actually happening right now. Whenever we talked about unity, listen. There's two different types of unity out there. These people over there that have been claiming that we're divisive, whatever, their unity is you do what we say. That's their unity.
And if you don't, you're dividing.
Right. Our unity is you have your own perspective, but let's go together and help Donald Trump. Yeah. That's our unity. Like, that's what unity really actually means. It doesn't mean their unity is the same as Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter forces me to say Black Lives Matter. The Flynn cult forces me to say Flynn is a hero. If you don't say Flynn is a hero, then you're excommunicated from their community. Oh, wait, they have a community. Oh, wait. It's like they're a bunch of little commies over there.
Imagine that. Wow. I'm just
this is fun.
What a great
this is so much fun.
Yeah. Wow. And then let me see. I think what's his name might have watched our show too. What's his name, Shady Groove? Kyle Seraphin.
Oh, I think there is a possibility that there is some Kyle Seraphin triggering going on out there. I wasn't able to dig into that just yet, sir, for maybe this broadcast, but that could possibly be something that comes up in the near future. I would love it because I think it's absolutely going to trigger him, because what did he do in the first 5 minutes? He said, you guys helped me get through the knothole on Flynn.
Ooh, and then the FBI director of Public Affairs reposted that?
You mean, and so that means that anybody that would like to, quote unquote, get through the knothole about the Flynn network, we are your whistleblowers.
Yeah, we are. And we've been a whistleblower. And finally, we've got people actually that care and are listening to us. And, you know, all we want to do, we want the truth, nothing more, Shady. That's it, period.
That's all Mikey wanted.
That's all Milky.
That's all the 17 Patriots for Truth wanted. That's all the Trust 1961 wanted. Patriot Polywog wanted the truth. Lydia wanted the truth. Mike
and we'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from SPLC, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20% and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, it's Jeffrey Peterson and Shannon Townsend with the MG Show. We are under relentless attack by the mainstream media. They've got our PayPal, our Patreon, our YouTube, our everything, you name it. We are under attack. We need your help.
Our request is for you to get involved and support independent patriot journalism here in this critical battle that we are in for America. Please jump on over and support us right here on Give, Send, Go.
MyPillow's second annual mega sale is finally here. Get our patented premium MyPillows that adjust to your exact individual needs to give you the best sleep of your life.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
Now for the lowest price ever. Kings, $19.98. Queens, only $18.98. And Giza Dream bed sheets, the best sheets in history, for as low as $29.98. Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, towels that actually dry you. What a concept! Now only $39.98. And our made in the USA mattresses and mattress toppers as low as $99.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But that's not all. Order right now and we'll ship your order absolutely free.
The MG Show, where psyops go to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's true. You heard correctly. This summer, the Q Lounge Live returns to the airwaves every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Hello, I'm your host, Shannon Townsend, a.k.a. Shady Groove. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to be taking your calls. We are going to be following your wonderful president. We are going to be standing in the gap. We are going to go places where the conspiracy theorists tell you that you're not allowed to go. We are going to uncover the truth and follow along as Donald Trump has his way with all of these people that he stood up a long time ago and told us that he was going to. Well, it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening every single day, and we're going to keep you updated with a weekly show. Get ready, get your friends, show up. That's right, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Join me there, right here on the MG Show channel on Rumble. God bless you and God bless America.
Smash that like for the MG Show. Subscribe now. Ring that bell. Let's go. Smash that like for the MG Show. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. In a world of shadows. In a world of shadows where the lies take hold, in the matrix and shady groove, sharp and true, with the MG Show.
We will never retreat.
No retreat, no retreat.
No longer kept in the darkness. No more taking us for fools. Red pills loaded, we're rewriting the rules. Crumbling web of deception, unveiling the light. We see the bloodlines, twisting truth into a lie. They prospered in the silence, demanded compliance. But the storm is rising, brothers, sisters stand in defiance.
No more running, we're changing lanes. The great awakening breaks their games. Crumbling, bloodlines breaking in the night. We fight together, no retreating. Victory's burning in our sight.
Corrupted media, they pull the puppet strings, peddle fear and division while the devil sings. But we are legion, united and strong. Teams like arrows, truth where we belong. From the boards to the streets, from the farms to the fight, the people standing is a glorious sight. No more kneeling, no more lies. The plan is moving, watched and die.
No retreat, no surrender. We stand as one until the end. Q brings the light, the truth defender. We go on, my friend. Deep state falling, cabal crumbling, bloodlines breaking in the night. We fight together, no retreating. Victory's burning in our sight. When the darkness screams the loudest, when they think they've won the war, that's when patriots rise the strongest, hearts like irons, forevermore.
No king, no crown, no hidden hand.
Stop the wave across the land.
But we go on, we go on.
We hold the line till justice reigns and freedom shines. No retreat, no surrender. We stand as one until the end. Q is the fire, the great avenger. The storm is here, my friend. Deep state shattered, cabal scattered, bloodlines buried in the past. We fought together, never retreating, in republics free at last. No storm is here.
Wow. Love it. Love the video effects. Thank you so much. No retreat. I stopped it too early. Scottish Shannon, my apologies. But the link is pinned here in the chat if you want to go thank him for that song. Also, don't forget to go to MG Radio. Go to app.mg.com. What is it?
app.mg.show.
Thank you. App.mg.show. Thank you. Go to app.mg.show, scroll down, go to MG Radio and go listen. We've got a bunch of patriots there consistently now. Thank you so much. Over 200 songs, guys. 230 some odd songs. And we wanted, like, Eddie, Mike, we want to, I keep hearing the same songs. You know, let's talk about that. Let's get more on rotation because there's a lot of great music in there. You guys are doing great. And it's less than a week old, guys. Wow.
Less than a week in, and we've gotten 200 songs that you guys would like imagine that. So we have all these amazing people, and then they have all this amazing creativity, and they have all this amazing inspiration, and then they take the time, and then they do all this creative stuff, and then we don't have any place to show it all. Well, guess what? Now you do. We have created a place for you to showcase your work and your creativity and your inspiration with everyone at MG Radio. That's right, app.mg.show. Scroll down, click on the radio. Then you can even chat. And Jeff, by the way, we just added react to comment, and reply to comment yesterday.
It's crazy, man.
The world is our oyster.
Yeah. Sneed Even True says, I was thumb upping Scottish Annon's song on MG Radio yesterday. Great songs. Yes, they are. Yes. And rate them, guys, because that will help. We were talking, like, we've got some nice heavy metal ones like Mikey Mariano and some others. Maybe we have like a Headbangers Ball session, you know what I mean? Like maybe, do some things like that. Welcome to the Headbangers Ball on MG Radio, something to that effect. And MG Music is brought to you by you, for you, and it's you guys. You guys are the music now. You guys are the news. We're the news now, the music now, and the memes now. I love it.
You liked my bumper.
I did.
Nice.
I liked it.
Because it is you guys. It's all of us. It's the great us-isses.
It is. Rate, go in, listen.
The great and wonderful us-isses.
So let's just show you guys, just so you know, this is the app.mg.show.
Are we live?
Here. It says we're live.
Okay.
We're live. Okay. All that, go down, scroll over here. There's so many good things in here too, guys, by the way. You can support us here, merch, Neutron.
Mikey said he has ideas. We can talk later.
Thing of holding. He's just jumping ahead again. This is your MG Radio. This is copyright-free AI-generated songs. There's only 4 people listening because you guys are here right now. It's 5G you just wouldn't understand. Let's listen in. I love it. I love it. No flex zone in the house. This is listener chat. Hola. I was there. I said hola earlier today. Eddie said, hey, showtime. And I am multitasking.
Do you want to tell the people at MG Radio that we were reposted by the assistant director of the FBI?
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. We were reposted.
Announcement. PSA.
FBI. What is he called? Not the director. He's
the assistant.
No.
Assistant deputy director, right?
No.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
You get it wrong every time. Let me just make sure I get it. He's actually and I do too. That's why I'm looking. He's the Bureau's Public Affairs.
Assistant?
No assistant. The director.
Okay.
The director. Wow, guys. This is huge.
It says assistant. Oh, this is another account. Oh, goodness. That's okay. Now I see you tagged the wrong account.
Did I?
Yeah. Now that makes sense. Okay.
Oops.
It's the other account.
Okay, gotcha.
But
so
either way, tell
me what it is. He's the director of FBI Public Affairs. Right?
Yes.
Boom. Twice. Ha ha! Woo! How's that? Get over there and love that comment, guys. You can love or like it. You can reply to it. You can do whatever you want. Miss Apal and Anon is in there listening. I'm multitasking. I'm multitasking, Shady Group.
MG Radio, guys. There's 8 people here now because we just...
Yeah. Can we get a chocolate malt?
No. Oh. I'm molting.
I was thinking like my chicken molted.
Wow, guys. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Unbelievable. And you better watch the messaging that the FBI just reposted. The ad in is telling you. Messaging the FBI reposted. I'm not sure, Justice. And he's saying basically, I'm telling you the administration is pushing against the Flynn network. Absolutely. 100%.
It's time.
It's time.
Because but look at the synchronicity. What did we just show you in the first hour? We're saying, okay, so Flynn represents the network. The network represents the intelligence agency. There's no difference between the network of the intelligence agency and the network of the New World Order. The network of the New World Order is the same thing as the network of the intelligence agency. Donald Trump, we just told you and showed you with Pete Hegseth, is currently leveraging and utilizing the Pentagon to go after the cartels. Well, the cartels are the extension of the intelligence agency. So it is exactly what you just said there, Justice. It's 1-to-1. We are currently fighting the intelligence agency. There's a war on, and the war is between the intelligence agencies and the Trump administration. Who will win? I bet the person with the bully pulpit wins.
And I'd like to insert rogue intelligence agencies.
Okay.
At this point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The rogue... because
whoever's running the drugs,
and the kids and the children and the women and all that. Yep. Yeah.
The Silk Road, dark web, naval intelligence,
who
POR
really controls
browser.
Iran, who really controls North Korea, who really controls all of it, guys.
The Vatican.
Wow.
Center stage. It's the Jews. That's who it is.
Yeah. Wow, guys. Every time Flynn posts something, the admin pushes back. Tracy noticed that is right. Yep. Yeah. All right, so let's get into the other Pete Hegseth when he's welcome to the jungle. He's
Bungle in the jungle.
No, I didn't. I want to do the other song. You do Bungle.
You want to do the Guns N' Roses song, not the Jethro Tull song.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a little bit more American.
It probably is. So here is the full press gaggle of our Secretary of War, who just basically said, "Where we go one, we go all." Shady.
Yeah, and he drugged the press into the jungle. I'm hoping that the skeeters were getting them as they were having to stand there and listen to this. This, by the way, this is an epic thing to see too, because he's a regular guy.
Yeah,
Pete Hegseth is a regular guy.
And I want to say one more big shout out to Ebony Ginger 2 for the $500 Rumble rant. Who said that she's been following us since Shady had braces.
So long ago,
just when he was a little one, little
whenever
Shady.
I was a tot.
Yeah, he was a toddler. Listen, Linda.
Linda.
Love you guys. Let's get into this. This is Pete Hegseth. Welcome to the jungle. I love it.
Give it up for these guys, huh?
Bravo!
Yeah. I just say,
there you go.
For everybody here and for our friends in the press, I think this is what you see behind me is what the warrior ethos looks like. It's what reestablishing it looks like. It doesn't happen in the halls of the Pentagon. It doesn't happen in the halls of Congress. It happens in training centers like this, with Americans like this who do really difficult things in really tough places. Not for the timid or the entitled. And I can tell you, these young Americans are neither timid nor entitled, and they're willing to do things on behalf of the American people that no other class of Americans is able to or willing to. That's why they're the real 1%. That's who we're out here to serve. And that's what we're doing here with the ACCC as well. Out here with Panamax, is expanding peace through strength in our hemisphere, right here in the jungles, with our partners, in a way that Southcom just wasn't doing 18 months ago. There was a whole different set of priorities, not focused on the Western Hemisphere, not focused on securing the homeland, not focused on making sure we go after drug traffickers and designated terrorist organizations. Under President Trump, we know exactly what that mission looks like. We're empowering commanders like General Donovan to do it. In Southcom, we're working with partners like Panama, like Ecuador, like Colombia today, that became the 19th member of the ACCC. They're going to send students here soon to swim across this very same river, be a part of this very same training, because it turns out in the hemisphere, they face the very same security challenges. The same threat of drugs, the same threat of criminal cartels that threaten their citizens, the same ones that threaten our citizens. So while, you know, the United States military secures the southwest border with our law enforcement partners, and you combine that with training like this and capabilities in Ecuador and Colombia and Panama and all across Central and South America, that's real pressure. That's going after the enemies of our country, designated terrorist organizations, unabashedly.
I just want to ask you, can you imagine Biden's Secretary of Defense, now Secretary of War, with his like Darth Vader mask on, afraid of a little virus, and then he went AWOL because he had hemorrhoid surgery? Guys, I mean...
Yeah, can you imagine him like doing anything other than sitting in a chair all day?
On a hemorrhoid pillow?
On a hemorrhoid pillow.
Tell you what, you guys are very lucky to have, we are very lucky to have Pete Hegseth.
We are very lucky that Donald Trump found central casting.
Yeah.
That'll trigger him.
That's why today we launched the motto of the ACCC, which is we do bad things to bad people. Because for too long, bad people did bad things to good people inside the United States of America and across Central and South America. And we're going to empower great Americans and great partners to do really good stuff and be very capable about bringing violence against drug cartels and designated terrorist organizations, because we're dead serious about securing the homeland. We're dead serious about the Trump Corollary to the Monroe Doctrine, which is not just talk. It's not just a policy extension of Teddy Roosevelt. It is a recognition that DTOs, foreign terrorist organizations, will not control our hemisphere with our partners, and we will not allow foreign malign influence to take over, say, key terrain like the Panama Canal. And that brings us to Panamax, the exercise that culminates tomorrow that we're going to get a chance to look at, working with thousands of our partners here in Panama to secure key terrain. It hasn't happened for 14 years. It was a tabletop exercise, which I have no issue with tabletop exercises or command post exercises, but you can't replicate this. You can't replicate these capabilities and what you learn from actually being out in the environment. So I want to thank our partners who are shoulder to shoulder with us. I want to thank Southcom for charging at the sound of the guns, to President Trump for setting the clear mission that we're going to make this hemisphere fight a real thing, and it is night and day, a year and a half, night. Go talk to anybody that looked at Southcom. I wasn't joking when I talked about what the priorities were. It was gender issues and climate change and diversity. It was like USAID with some guns. This is a different Southcom. This is a different mission. We are focused on military capabilities against real threats who need to be deterred and defeated, and we're going to give them everything they need to do it on behalf of the American people. So I'm grateful that the press came along with us and deep into the jungle here. I bet you've never done an interview quite out here. If you have questions related to this, I'd be happy to answer them, but I'd rather not talk politics out here. Yes.
This level of readiness firsthand, and with countries like Colombia joining the U.S. in conducting joint operations, what type of results would you like to see in the short term, sir?
Operational capability, like you saw with the strikes on the drug boats, of DTOs, same effect on land. And so we're working with Ecuador, we're working with Colombia, we're working with partners to bring the fight to the DTOs on land. Anywhere you traffic drugs, or you threaten the American people or our partners, you are a target just like ISIS or al-Qaeda. We spent
God, I'm going to force you to back that up, because I know that everybody was too busy chatting to listen to what that man just said right there to you. But it was like listening to the greatest thing you've ever heard in your life. The easy listening of this is off of the charts, Jeff.
Amen. All the women are like, he's hot.
Stop looking at how hot Pete Hegseth is and start thinking about he's going to make people on land go boom like he makes drug boats go boom.
And I would just like to thank all of the trolls coming in here. It means that we're over the target. I think they're mad that the MG show was actually reposted by Kash's FBI director of public relations, Shady Groove.
Come on in, baby. Take your coat off. Come on in.
Bring it.
Tell me what's wrong.
And thank you for the views.
Thank you.
Colombia, we're working with partners to bring the fight to the DTOs on land. Anywhere you traffic drugs, or you threaten the American people or our partners, you are a target just like ISIS or al-Qaeda. We spent 25 years refining the kill chain on how to diagnose and target networks halfway around the world.
Networks.
How about we take those skill sets with the best Americans and apply it here? And that's why I meant what I said about putting cartels on notice. From all the way down here in the cocaine trafficking to fentanyl in the plazas of Mexico. This is a networked fight that we're empowering Southcom and Northcom together in the Western Hemisphere to execute ruthlessly. Not catch and release, not let's put them through a court process where we know they'll be released. We're going to close with and destroy these networks with every capability of the American government.
Targeting a network. Interesting.
Question. You've got most of the countries under the area of responsibility of Southern Command to join the ACCC now. How important was securing Colombia, and is it perhaps the most important link in the chain?
Well, I said it to the Colombian Minister of Defense today, who's been a long partner of the United States, frankly, and so with the election of President El Tigre, he's back in the mix, and rightfully so. I said the ACCC had formed, but in some ways it missed part of its core. And with Colombia coming online, and then the changes in Venezuela, which were brought to you by the capabilities of the United States military at Fort Tayuna, we've changed. And by the way, I'd emphasize, America is no better friend and no worse enemy. You don't want to mess with us when we have military capabilities, but when trouble happens, like in Colombia or Venezuela, we're the first ones to show up. We're going to bring those beautiful Chinooks and C-17s chock full of experts and supplies, and that's what we've done in Colombia, and that's what we've done in Venezuela. But Colombia is going to be an incredible partner. They offered to be a headquarters or a hub for the ACCC as a brand new 19th member. They've got, hundreds of thousands of capable members of their military, decades of training with the United States, but they've never seen the kind of partner like President Trump and this War Department. And so we're excited to be able to. We went quickly into details because that mill-to-mill relationship has been long-standing, and that's why they're coming to this jungle course soon as well. Yes, and then we'll go here.
Secretary, you now have a 19-member coalition to counter the drug cartels. How much is Chinese influence factoring into or how much do they factor into the conversations you had today with these leaders? And do you feel like the U.S. is making good progress in securing the Panama Canal? I know that's a strategic priority to bring it back into the U.S. control.
Let's just say, country by country, it is overwhelmingly clear that the United States of America is the preferred partner of choice. There are a lot of foreign actors that bring in other influences, whether it be China, Russia, Iran. It was Russian air defenses that were supposed to defend Caracas and didn't work. There were Cuban guards that were supposed to defend Maduro and they weren't able to. And now we're seeing the Cubans and the Russians expelled out of Venezuela. And we're seeing a new government in Colombia. And we're seeing new port contracts on both sides of the Panama Canal. You've got a new MOU with Panama, so our partnership here at Fort Sherman and the Jungle School has expanded. We've got a great ambassador who's making sure that all the economic deliverables we said would happen and military partnerships would happen actually happen. See, what happens with some of these other countries, whether it's China or Russia or Iran, is there happens to be a lot of exploitation and self-serving. And the United States of America shows up and we want to respect your sovereignty and find ways to mutually work together that are beneficial to you, that empower your people, that bring prosperity to your country. But President Trump has been clear about the Panama Canal. The United States of America built that canal, secured it with the blood and sweat of a lot of Americans. It's a key piece of terrain. We've got more troops here in partnership with Panama than we've had in a very long time. Panamax is a strategic exercise to defend the Panama Canal. We've got American businesses and Cybercom, others involved. So we're partnering with Panama, but at the same time, we're ensuring that our interests are defended here as well, no doubt. Yes, Phil.
Two questions. One on Colombia. Is the U.S. prepared to strike FARC remnants or ELN in coordination with Colombia? Was there any discussion of going after those groups?
Yes.
So is that going to happen, do you think?
Designated terrorist organizations with partner governments will be legitimate targets of the United States government with partner governments to include Colombia.
And on Cuba, the president says Cuba will be next. Is there a military role in that?
Like I've said before, and I think you've seen what happened in other cases, all options are on the table.
He's trying to be sneaky.
Military options. And I think Cuba would be wise to pay attention to the willingness of President Trump to assert American strategic prerogatives, and there's certainly no match for the United States of America. And if you see what foreign influence has been able to do in our hemisphere, it's been pretty minimal. The Russians and the Cubans and the Iranians in Venezuela, the way that countries have moved toward the United States, toward the ACCC, toward this partnership. They understand where the balance of power lies, especially in this hemisphere. And that certainly pertains to Cuba. So we're going to have a lot of options there, and we look forward to it. So I want to thank one last question, and then I'm going to get these folks back to training.
If I may real quick, when you talk about respect for the sovereignty of countries, is the U.S. considering maybe in the long term reopening military bases in Panama? Is that an option for the Pentagon?
Well, we are working in partnership with Panama right now, rotating forces through, in constant conversations of what benefits them and benefits us, and I think we see a lot of mutually beneficial options, right? Working with President Molino, working with their Minister of Defense, Abrego, who have been partners of ours. They know how important the Panama Canal is. It's in their interest to make sure that no malign actors are able to interfere. We're doing the largest exercise we've done in 2 decades here at Panamax, and so we're working well with them, and that's because they recognize how important that piece of terrain is, the Panama Canal is, to President Trump and the United States of America. We're going to defend it, make sure no other country can ever hold it at issue, and certainly this jungle school, it was almost day one. President Trump said, get down there, get the troops out there. What a perfect way to do it, to train out here. If you are a Marine or an infantryman, a soldier, this is home right here. I never did the jungle school, let me tell you that. I know it's next level, but when I see these guys, like they got a look on their face like this is what we signed up to do. And I'm glad you're out here, because it's a demonstration. Thanks for coming out here. It's a demonstration of the best human beings and Americans our country produces, and they're out here doing stuff like this on a regular basis so that our country can be secure. So thanks for covering it. Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Told you that was good.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't get enough of that. I think I watched it like 3 times.
I know. Look at that. I mean, what a great... Yeah. I mean, they're in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle, Shady.
That's exactly right. Welcome to the jungle. We got a little bit of history to talk about in the jungle. Can I talk about that real fast? A little bit of jungle history. Let's go down to the jungle. What happened in the jungle? 19 partners. Okay, they mentioned 19 partners working alongside U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. What are the 19 countries? Argentina, the Bahamas, Belize, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Ghana, Honduras, Jamaica, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Trinidad, and Tobago. Okay. Tobago. I say Tobago.
I don't know. It's wrong.
That's Tobago.
I know people that live there. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but they were saying it wrong too. So there was here you go. Let's see. Did any of them correlate to reported coups carried out about in the West? Oh, interesting. Here is the list. And you've got, oh, look at there. You've got Panama. You've got Chile. You've got Portugal. You've got, oh, look at there. There's Guatemala. Oh, look at the number of different coups in the countries that are now currently partnering with Pete Hegseth to do exactly what it was I was describing to you before you heard him speak. This is so much bigger. This is the network that George Soros and company built. And what Pete Hegseth is doing is he is eliminating their network. Therefore, once the network is eliminated, guess what happens? It doesn't work anymore. The drug flow stops.
Love it.
Amazing.
Dude. I mean, isn't that what we want? That's what we want, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Mm-hmm. You know, when what we've been told that we can't have. Haven't we been told for decades and decades the war on drugs? When did the war on drugs start? Whenever you were a child, the war on drugs started. Okay, what did the war on drugs do? It inundated us with drugs. Do you know how many drugs weren't here in 1980 compared to the amount of drugs that were here in 1990? That 10-year gap between 1980 and 1990. What happened? Bill Clinton happened. Mena, Arkansas happened. That's what happened. And they opened up the whole channels from top to bottom. And then you know what else happened? They made a lot of money. And then you know what they needed to do? They needed to somehow get that money into the real economy, because having billions and billions of dollars off books wasn't really a good thing. So then you know what they did? They flew a couple planes into buildings, and then they shut down the economy. And whenever they shut down the economy, they interjected all of their off-book money into the real economy so that they could utilize it against you in the real economy. And guess what Donald Trump has done? He has captured the flag. All of their assets are stuck in the real economy under the guise of America's jurisdiction. Now you've got somebody that can actually go after them and confiscate what it is that they claim to own, because you have authority, because they put it in the system. You see, that's the reason that they never wanted another person, a real nationalist to ascend to the presidency, an uncontrolled, non-blackmailed entity to become president because they would do the right thing given the opportunity.
Got some breaking news from the HHS, Shady Grove, Health and Human Services. There is a report that exposes alleged fraud in puberty blockers for minors. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services released a report detailing about $50 million in insurance claims from 2015 to 2025 for puberty blockers given to patients ages 13 to 17.
So a lot of this was fake.
Often coded as endocrine disorders or precocious puberty rather than gender-related care. Vice President JD Vance, as chair of the White House Fraud Task Force, referred multiple hospitals and clinics to the Justice Department and HHS Inspector General, stating that the intentional miscoding to defraud insurers warrants prison time. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. emphasized putting children's health first and called for accountability. The report recommending stronger oversight amid findings of sharp cost increase for gender-related treatments. There's one more thing that's pretty interesting too, Shady Grove. Look at this. The White House exposes China's great transshipment scam, okay? The network needs to figure out another way to get stuff in, so they're evading U.S. tariffs, right? So China, this report was issued by Peter Navarro's office, and it details how products from high tariff nations like China get relabeled in over 40 third countries such as Mexico, Vietnam, and India before entering the U.S. with fake origin certificates. It also estimates that $40 billion to $75 billion in annual illegals flow linked to 450,000 lost U.S. jobs and $19 billion to $26 billion in missed federal revenue. A practice that grew after the 2018 tariffs. To counter it, the administration is rolling out an AI-powered detective border system to scan shipments, building on a June executive order for stronger enforcement. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called it a deliberate effort to undercut American workers.
Man, like every single front, we're standing up to these people. Not going hose. Yep, not going along with any of it. And this is absolutely amazing. Whether it be the DEI stuff that they've been perpetuating in all diplomatic relations, all of that is now going away. So every single thing that you can imagine that was abnormal is being dismantled, and it's being rebuilt to be functional and normal. Not everything is going to work. Not everything is going to be easy. But what we want to do is what we do know is that everything that they were doing is wrong. They're doing everything wrong intentionally on purpose to make whatever the system is not work so that they can convince people that the system is no good. And then you'll be willing to burn the system. Right now you have both sides, whether it be the Nazis on the right or the commies on the left, both sides are saying burn down the country and start all over. That's exactly what our enemies that are united say. So something tells me that both sides are working for the same purpose.
Remember we were talking about asshat the other day, Shady Grove?
We did. We mentioned that.
Wouldn't it be something if the Rapid Response 47 posted the words asshat?
That would be pretty interesting.
Here it is. CNN, let me read this statement for you from the White House. Jay Reiner, MD, is an asshat engaging in armchair diagnosis.
Let me read this statement for you from the White House in response to your op-ed. The statement reads, quote, President Trump is the sharpest, most accessible and energetic president in American history. Goes on to say that what you're engaging in is an armchair diagnosis for political purposes, and saying that you're a disgrace to the medical.
No, the White House said Jonathan Reiner is an asshat engaging in armchair diagnosis for political purposes. He is a disgrace to the medical profession.
She completely didn't read the top line.
I give you an opportunity to respond to that.
Asshat.
So for the last piece of that, the White House actually
the asshat piece.
Certificate.
No, he's not talking about that.
Recognizing my service to the White House medical unit last year, given by the Trump White House medical unit. So maybe they should.
So maybe you should just STFU and let the White House cook.
Boy,
Shady. The White House is using the term asshat. I posted that yesterday on somebody, and with the guy with the head up his butt,
Yes.
Asshat.
That would be an asshat.
Yeah.
Your whole body's on your head.
Wow, guys. How was he? Here, it's on my phone. Asshat.
That's quite lovely. That there is your ass hat.
And that was Tuesday at 10:47 a.m. when I dropped that on X. Wow.
Subtle. The comms are subtle.
I love our White House.
There's no better timeline. There's no better time to be alive. We even have a secretary war going on. War between secretaries.
Yeah, it's funny. You want to talk about that?
I mean, if you want to play it, it's absolutely hilarious.
I don't have anything to play.
Okay, well, let me.
So if you want to play it, well, you got it. Or let me know where it is, and I'll play it because I don't know where it is. I don't know.
All right, I'll grab it. I'll grab it for you.
Sorry,
you're good. I thought you reposted it with my post this morning.
I might have, but
so that you would have it.
All these different places. While you're finding that, I want to just point one thing out, guys, real quick. This was very interesting because you know their psychological operations when David Axelrod uses it as a hit piece on somebody. Okay. So this is David Axelrod trying to dunk on patriots by mocking the cyber ninjas audit on live TV. Axelrod in Arizona, Trump. Can I just finish real quick? In Arizona, Trump hired the cyber ninjas. He used it as a cheap attack line against anyone questioning 2020. Meanwhile, the actual record shows the AZ Senate did in fact hire them. Patrick Byrne and General Flynn's group was the top private funder. Their hand recount confirmed Biden's win, even slightly wider. I mean, look, Shady.
In Arizona, he hired the ninjas. What were they called?
Yeah. The cyber.
So he's in on it with Patrick Byrne, is my guess.
Well, they did come to the conclusion of finding more votes for Biden, didn't they?
That's what I read.
So it's like, and then they can laugh at us and act like, that it was MAGA.
No, it wasn't MAGA. It was Patrick Byrne, who's a self-described CIA asshat, and General I Hate President Trump Flynn. Are we live?
General Eyebrow.
Yeah, General.
General, are we live?
General Chicken Little.
General Chicken Little. Oh, that was pretty good, by the way. The General Chicken Little.
You like that meme?
That was actually pretty good. Yeah.
Right. So that's it, guys. They're using their psychological operation. They're using January 6th, which is their psychological operation against us. They're using all of their psychological operations that we bought into against us because these people are no good, Shady. That's the bottom line. They're all in it together, Joy. That's right.
That's 100% right. They're absolutely in it together.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So where's that link? You got it over in Zoom?
I'm gonna play it for you.
You're gonna play it? Oh.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's see if we can get it up.
Adopted RFK's diet of red meat and fermented vegetables.
This is a crazy diet. This is a diet that consists of eating sauerkraut and meat. Now you understand, like, this is not a sustainable thing. Like, you can't just walk into it.
Well, he sustains it because he does it.
Can you imagine? But he has to travel with coolers of sauerkraut. I'm not going to travel the world with a cooler full of sauerkraut. It's ridiculous. I can't do it. It's not sustainable.
Are you MAHA?
I'm in favor of MAHA. Like, I think people should be healthy.
No, he is not.
But I think ultimately, at the end,
he is completely not.
What's he eat?
Pop-Tarts.
No, I don't eat Pop-Tarts every day.
Okay, you eat sweets.
The Pop-Tart is one of the great American innovations in history of the world. If you think about it, it comes in this beautiful foil package.
All the things you should not be eating. Every single thing.
Adopted RFK's diet of red meat and fermented.
So there you have Marco Rubio's wife throwing him right under the bus about MAHA. And so RFK Jr. had to come in and make a little comment. So this is our RFK Jr. quote posted that. And here we have Marco Rubio on a Pop-Tart, sir.
Make it so we can see the whole thing. There you go. Wow, look at that. He's like he's a genie on a Pop-Tart.
So we have a civil war in the White House between MAHA.
And Scottish Shannon says, make Pop-Tarts great again.
Oh, don't eat Pop-Tarts, please. No. I'm begging you.
Sean Linan says, Pop-Tarts and Tang.
Stop with the Pop-Tarts. No Pop-Tarts. Throw those things out. He said the Pop-Tart's one of the greatest American inventions.
So funny. As a kid, I used to like them, but I haven't had them in
I haven't eaten a Pop-Tart since I was like 15 years old or something.
Okay, JKC, that is Aladdin. Yes, so he made Marco Rubio as Aladdin riding a Pop-Tart.
Aladdin was a genie, though, right?
Yeah, a genie in a bottle.
Message in a bottle.
There's No Flex Zone. He's got songs on MG Radio.
Yes,
Thank you very much, No Flex Zone, and they're very, very good, by the way. Thank you, guys. Did you guys know that we were reposted? Oh my god!
Right as
I'm waiting for Kash Patel to repost it, guys.
Shh, don't jinx it.
Pray. No, I'm not jinxing. I'm asking people to pray for that.
Okay, yeah, very good.
Would that be amazing?
So you said I was waiting. Sorry.
I've been waiting
for a shady like me.
Co-host like you.
Oh, I'm right here in your life, sir. Forever and ever.
Help me, Mikey.
What a burden he has.
We're gonna need that. Wow. I got what 2.1 thousand likes, guys, or views on this. Wow. We're really rocking and rolling.
That's not even an hour.
No, they don't even want you to. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Look at that. The design
nice
frog.
Design frog.
FBI approved. Look at us, Shady Group.
There's our meme for Mr. Truth Bomb.
There you go. Yeah. There's a reason your profiles and posts aren't the biggest and having the most reach. You tell the truth. Good to see bigger recognition coming your way. Thank you, Truth Group. Well done, guys. Thank you. Carol Ann, thank you. Shady, an honor. What a historic couple of days, bro. Well done. Wow. And I'd like to see your comment in there too, guys. I mean, we've got all these people. I did put this after the show. Please go comment. Please repost. Please, please, please. Because we're trying to break out of the echo chamber that they put us into with these fake decoders, Shady Groove, these fake anons, these fake people that come in here and act like that. Did you see these names that the trolls had? Shady, the troll, because I'm sure it's the same person, Shady.
Well, I would say it's a number of them. I think that the whole Seraphin crew and all these guys are sending people over. So I think that we're high priority now. We're getting famous.
Wow. Oh, I don't want to be famous. I just want the information to get the truth. That's all I want out there, Shady Grove. And if you disagree, we'll take calls soon coming up.
Well, the moment that we're seeing right now of the network being dismantled, what we've been doing for almost a decade is targeting the network. Okay, before we didn't realize how big the network was, but even before we were mentioning the Flynn stuff, the network that Flynn is wielding was the only missing link. The missing link was understanding that he was wielding this thing that was coming at us. We thought that he was independent of it. It makes a lot more sense to understand that he's wielding it, because then the pattern fits perfectly, as opposed to it being a dissonance whenever you're looking at it.
Yeah. And let's go into the next little segment, Shady Groove. The State Department steps up visa enforcement. Check this out. Wow.
This is big too.
This is more big.
We can't even keep up with all this stuff.
Czar Tom Homan joins me now. Tom, thanks for being with us here today. Talk to me about this visa crackdown. Is this a start? Are there many more of, I believe, something like 3.6 million visa holders who are now eligible to have their visa revoked?
Yeah, we're doing a complete review. This is just the beginning, and President Trump, as you said, takes visa is the greatest privilege this country, one of the greatest privileges this country gives. I mean, it's a privilege to come to the greatest nation on earth, and all we ask is a couple of things. Number one, be truthful about who you are and why you're coming here, and number two, obey the laws while you're here. So this is an ongoing process. Not only that, we're reviewing refugee applications that need to be reviewed that were just the unlawful pros of the Biden administration. All this needs to be reviewed. Let's remember, not only did millions come across the border illegally release the United States, we had over half a million people from Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela come to American airports. 30,000 a month. So we're reviewing all of this.
30,000 a month.
Get rid of those that, number one, shouldn't be here. Number two, that are a national security threat or a public safety threat. They need to go home.
What was it like before you began this process, before you started looking into all of these visa holders? What was it like to enter the United States with many of these issues in their background, or at least happening while they're here in the United States? It makes it seem like, it was pretty wide open. Anybody could come in and do whatever they want and continue to stay here in America.
Will, I work for Fox News. I met you up the studio many times. I worked for a few years, and for 4 years, the Biden administration, I was frustrated every day because you got Secretary Mayorkas would stand in front of Congress under oath and numerous media events saying everybody we let in is properly vetted, which was a stone cold lie. When they say vetted, they may run them against NCIC, our criminal database. They didn't have access to most countries' criminal databases. And when it comes to people from, Russia and China and Turkey and Syria, do you think those countries are going to share any national security information on these people? You're talking tens of thousands of Chinese nationals released in the United States. Do we honestly think China will share with us any national security information on the people? Of course not. So President Trump not only gave us the most secure border in the history of the nation, not only are we arresting and deporting a record number of illegal aliens from this country, promises made, promises kept, but we're looking at the ones that Biden brought in either lawfully or illegally through parole, and we got a clean house, and President Trump's serious about it, and we're all over it. The State Department, Department of Homeland Security are working very closely together, along with the Department of Justice.
All right. I know, as you mentioned, promises made, promises kept. It's the number one issue, probably. I would think it's number one issue if you interviewed Trump voters that earned their vote for President Trump, a promise to control immigration in something that was completely out of control. As is, by the way, or as was, Washington, D.C. We're up on 1 year, Tom, since President Trump's law and order implementation in Washington, D.C. 16,000 arrests since its launch. So what point do you feel like, does the administration feel like, Tom, that you've done your job in D.C.? How long do you stay? When is it mission accomplished?
So we got no timeline right now. We got to wait and see. Are the local and state authorities going to step up and do the job? We're working closely with them. When is the handoff? I can't say that yet. But look, D.C. is one of the safest cities in the country now. I mean, we're the most amazing country on earth, the strongest nation on earth. You would think our capital will be a symbol for the entire world, a beacon, and it wasn't before President Trump. I've lived here about 15 years. I never walked the streets of Washington, D.C. without a sidearm. But now, I walk around the streets, it's safe. President Trump, another promise made, promise kept. D.C. is much safer now. Memphis, much safer. All the cities where President Trump has deployed the federal agents, the National Guard, to help local authorities, it's all good. My wish is places like Chicago reach out and say, yes, we'll take you up in your offer, rather than being a shooting gallery every weekend. Let us come up there and help you. It should be a nonpartisan issue to make our cities safe for our tax-paying citizens.
All right, Tom Homan, it's always good to say you.
Should be a nonpartisan issue. Hey. Oh. Did he run away? Wow. So it is a nonpartisan issue. And what he's saying right there is very, very true. I mean, I don't agree with Will Kane on a number of different things that guy says. As far as like what I'm would say about the highest priority is obviously our elections, but the border and the immigration is definitely right up there. But to recognize again what it is, it's sand being thrown in your face by all the media trying to stop you from seeing what's really going on. And all of these different tactics that they utilize to what they were trying to do, they were trying to embed these people in your society. You heard him talking about 30,000 people a month coming on airplanes into airports. Well, okay, so so where's TSA? So TSA could just stand around and watch as like thousands and thousands of illegals come in. Nobody ever says anything. Oh, the airports that are controlled by the government and have to get licensing to operate, and every single tiny little screw on every single airplane or every single piece of equipment that's in the airfield has to be inspected and redone, and all these different processes. But they could just march 30. Do you know what 30,000 a month equals? In 10 months, 30 times 10, that's 300,000 in 10 months. That's 360,000 in a year. You understand the significance of that? That are just walking into airports and there's staff everywhere that doesn't report or say anything about all of it. Yeah. That's how bad the brainwashing is in America. These liberal women that, advocate for killing as many children as you could possibly kill through abortion seem to want or like illegal immigrants that are here to destroy us more than the people that live here.
Yeah. And you just saw the Department of War Secretary, Pete Hegseth, talking about American dominance in the Western Hemisphere. And it will never be questioned again, guys.
It will not.
And this is put out by the Department of State. The Monroe Doctrine has shaped the U.S. foreign policy for over 2 centuries. Check it out.
It's 1823. The map of the Americas is being redrawn. Spain has spent centuries amassing a new world empire stretching
colonizers
from India to California. Now their grip was slipping fast. One by one, Spain's colonies are declaring independence. And back in Europe, the old empires are not taking it well. They're asking themselves, what's to stop us from taking it all back? The United States had come into being mere decades ago in the Revolution. Then we fought Britain again in the War of 1812. America was concerned of the involvement of foreign empires in the New World. Now, America sensed an opportunity to establish a new order. Britain, focused on protecting its trade with the emerging nation, proposed a joint declaration with the United States to deter intervention. But Secretary of State John Quincy Adams, suspicious of British motives, convinced President James Monroe to act independently. Monroe then declared a decree to Congress, among the boldest diplomatic statements in American history.
The American continents, by the free and independent condition which they have assumed and maintained, are henceforth not to be considered as subjects for future colonization by any European powers.
The United States, still a young frontier nation, positioned itself as the preeminent power in the New World and set the stage for centuries of American foreign policy in our hemisphere. This decree transformed America's role and standing in the global order, though initially relying on the deterrence of the British Navy to enforce it. For decades, the doctrine served as a defensive shield while America expanded westward. It was invoked when the French installed an emperor in Mexico, forcing their eventual withdrawal. It shaped debates over attempted annexations like the Dominican Republic. But these were defensive applications, keeping European powers out, not asserting American control over the hemisphere's affairs. That changed in 1895, when Secretary of State Richard Olney invoked the doctrine, declaring that the United States was practically sovereign over the Western Hemisphere and demanded Britain submit to American arbitration. He had redefined the doctrine. It was no longer just a warning. It was now a claim to regional primacy. 3 years later, war with Spain erupted, and when the smoke cleared, it transformed the hemisphere. The United States expelled Spain from Cuba, seized Puerto Rico, and stepped into the world stage as a genuine imperial power with dominance over the Caribbean. Just 4 years later, that dominance was tested again. German and British warships sailed into Venezuelan waters and blockaded its ports over unpaid debts. Roosevelt intervened and declared if a Latin American nation fell into chaos or instability, the U.S. would step in and manage it. The doctrine had started as a shield. Roosevelt had just turned it into a mandate. A critical opportunity for American leadership in the Western Hemisphere came in 1903, when Panama sought independence from Colombia. Both Europe and the U.S. had long wanted a canal in Central America, allowing ships to cross from the Atlantic to the Pacific. After a failed French attempt, the United States saw an opening in a region with shifting political dynamics. The U.S. backed Panamanian independence and secured a deal to construct, operate, and defend the Panama Canal. The waterway would go on to become the hemisphere's most critical artery for trade, a strategic asset for both world wars, and a testament to America's enduring leadership in the region. When Soviet missiles were discovered in Cuba in 1962, Kennedy didn't need to invent a new framework. He simply invoked the doctrine. The weapons had to go. 13 days of the most dangerous standoff in human history ended with the Soviets backing down and removing the missiles from Cuba. Reagan applied the same logic to justify opposition to Soviet-backed Sandinista regime in Nicaragua and other Marxist groups, arguing that ideological threats required the same response as military ones. Fast forward to the modern era, where the doctrine has found its latest champion in President Trump. Through the execution of Operation Absolute Resolve, the United States seized Venezuelan dictator Nicolás Maduro, transporting him to American soil to answer for charges of narco-terrorism. This calculated maneuver delivered a resident signal across the hemisphere, punctuated by President Trump's own declaration.
Under our new national security strategy, American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again.
Over 2 centuries, Monroe's declaration had shaped U.S. foreign policy across administrations and throughout fundamentally different geopolitical eras. What began as a warning to European powers evolved into a framework for regional dominance, one that remains the cornerstone of American strategy in the hemisphere today.
Wow.
Pretty amazing, isn't it, Shady?
Nice bookend for a show today, explaining to you about how the new order is now the Monroe Doctrine. There's no such thing as a new Welt Order. The new Welt Order has down the new Welt toilet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And we're going to the golden age, guys. Where we go one, we go all, Shady Groove. And that's our show for today. What do you think, guys? Wow.
You want to go with us?
I'm going.
Anybody can go with us. We would like to go. We're showing you that we're leading you into the golden age. You're more than welcome to go. And if you want to grab anybody to bring with you, go ahead and get them in the car, because we're going to be going at a breakneck speed.
Yes, sir. And we have been going, and the Q proofs are going crazy, and we're being posted by the FBI press guy, Shady Groove. Wow.
Public Affairs Director, sir.
Whew. I'll get it eventually.
A heavy lift today.
It is a heavy lift, man. It really is, man.
You need a nap.
I do need a nap. All right, guys. God bless you all. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Friday already.
I need a weekend. I need a weekend.
Yeah, well, you'll be after tomorrow.
All right, let's go. All
right.
See you guys.
Wow.
We will never give up. Woke up in the Matrix, lies on every screen. Deep state shadows pulling strings we've never seen. But we question everything, Constitution in our hand. Red pills dropping daily across this sovereign land. They banned us, targeted us, tried to silence the fight. But patriots don't break, we burn brighter in the night. Truth warriors rise, America first, cut through all the lies. Show dropping bombs, exposing the deceit. The truth is learned, never told, feel the victory. Hey, double G1OG, God wins, Trump leads the way. Deep state panic, border secure, MAGA here to stay. From election fraud to Epstein's hidden files, globalists crumbling as President Trump smiles. Cash cleaning house, terrorists bringing jobs back home. No more endless wars, we're taking back our throne. Delta's hitting zero, timestamps don't lie. Future brews past, watch the mockingbirds cry. Q said it years ago, nothing can stop what is coming. Trump confirmed the plan, the storm is drumming. D-class income and sealed indictments unsealed. Military justice traitors finally kneeled. Where we go one, we go all, the proof is in the drops. Anons knew all along, now the whole world stops. They mock us, fear us, can't control the awake. But the storm is here now, for freedom's sake. Truth warriors rise, America first, cut through all the lies. Raise the show, dropping booms, exposing the deceit. The truth is learned, never told, feel the victory. Hey, double G1OG, God wins, Trump leads the way. Deep state panic, border secure, MAGA here to stay. In the Matrix, Shady Groove, voices of the free. Live at noon 05, waking up the sheep. Question everything, hold the line strong. Patriots united, where we belong. Truth warriors rise, America first, sovereign skies. Show forever and pills never cease. God bless the Republic, Trump brings the peace. MG music in the house, the great awakening. Where we go on, we go on.
www.mg.show. Boom.